Hello and welcome to another jungle tutorial, and it seems weird saying that into a webcam instead of just nothing. So, welcome to Gameplay Monday, and instead of showing you my mediocre gameplay and repetitive champions that I love to play, I thought we could expand our champion pool by looking at how, people with actual talent and how they play those champions. Specifically in this game, we're going to be looking at Nidalee Harvest. I'll start the gameplay. Runes will pop up, I'll put those in post. And they're doing a cheeky invert here. So we're going to watch Score and see how he clears with her, applies early pressure, reads the map, and reacts to general occurrences on the actual map. So that's a good beginning. He kites it out, notice that. Hits a spear, brings it back, goes back in with the cooldowns. And it appears our mid laner has already died. So she goes from blue, and she's going to go directly to her top side of the map now. Because she knows that Talia has started doing the scuttle. You can see on the mini-map there, Talia is on a ward that was put down by the mid laner. Or top, I didn't see. And now he smites a bit early, which is of course risky, but he knows that she's not going to show up. And if she was wrapping around the top, it wouldn't make a difference because she wouldn't get there in time. And that's why he kites it down. He specifically kites it down in case she loops around the top. And now you just saw Talia show up on the mini-map there. So Score moves down for the counter gank. He's looking at the map. Now it's a very easy counter gank. Does he hit a spear? Does he engage? No, he just puts down a W. So he went Q and then W to begin. And now he knows Talia is going to go from her blue into a bottom side jungle. And the Akali for Score's team has the lane priority. Yes, I'm looking at the map every time I look down, by the way. And so he starts to poke out the raptors. And has a trap put down as well. And once Talia goes over it, he does back off though because Akali isn't too interested, I guess. But now he has free reign to take the red. He can take the red because Talia isn't going to contest that. If Talia contests that, there's a high probability that Akali comes down to health, or even Gragas. If you notice, the bottom lane also has lane priority. And your mid laner has died again. So a gank from Talia. So, while he got the red buff steal, Talia went for the gank. So now you've got a 2-0 Yasuo. Which is always what we love to see. And it's always on the other team. But because of that, he can take down the scuttle. And then what will most likely happen is... you see, he sees Talia go top lane from mid. That means free rugs. Okay, sorry for that jump cut there. I wanted to get the zooming tool ready. Because when Score ganks and so on, I want to be able to zoom out so we get a better perspective. In this case now, you see he's hugging the Krugs to the right side. He drew them to the right side from the lane. So that as the minions come down from the other side... There's no ways that he can get spotted counter jungling, even though he knows Talia's on the top. He runs at risk of losing those camps, but he doesn't want to be spotted himself. Talia was spotted. And now here, looks like they're going to try bait a dive, perhaps. Gragas is kind of low though, so's Deft on Ashe. Only be if he hits a spear, no. Okay, so in that case, you want to play it safe. Helps push a little bit. Doesn't take the CS. I suppose when your ADC is deft, you don't want to take the CS. But there's still room to dive here because Akali's coming down if you didn't notice. They should be able to get... Okay, so 2 flashes. And are they able to get a kill for it? The power of autoing. Okay, so even if your spells are not up, even if you're deep on a tower, keep those autos, especially if you're a ranged champion. Usually, people sort of give up as soon as they get near a tower. You can go much further than you think, but not as far as you want to. Okay, good rule to live by. Further than you think, not as far as you want to. Because I know many people probably tower dive and just, Nunu botted. So he comes to take Krugs. And he sees, okay, they see the Talia coming up and the enemy top lane are TPing. That means he immediately leaves his Krugs to counter gank. Pressure, hits a spear. He's able to pick up one and he doesn't re-engage. He's got no mana, there's no point continuing that fight. That's a 1-for-1, that's fine, it's a counter gank. Takes Talia off the map, and now he can take his Krugs. Alright? And you can keep... Look at these wards on the bottom side. If you're a bot lane, if you're filled, whatever, even if you're a jungler, when you're counter jungling, put wards down. These deep wards are really, really great. Especially this pink here, because you know that... if it is warded at any point, you'll know immediately. And currently you know that it isn't. So if Akali wants to come down for a dive again, that's free. Okay, Talia had of course taken her raptors as soon as she went down to the bot side because he knew where he was. Okay, here we go. So, what happened there? I don't know if you saw it, but Cannon's roaming down. Okay, and he showed briefly on the minimap. look at it again. Okay. Finishes Krugs. Clears his raptor camps or respawns. You'll notice how when they're counter jungling, they leave these small ones. They leave the small camps. There goes Kennen on the minimap. The pings are coming down. Spam pinging. Scores spam pinging the top side saying Kennen's coming mid. So he prepares for a counter gank. And he also spams the bottom side river because he knows that Talia must be on that side, given that she would have counter jungled his raptor. Now because of that bot lane pushing, he can roam down. Top lane gets a kill. He hits a spear. Very nice. As soon as the bot lane rebounded, he went in straight for the gank. You've got CC. Better CC than the enemy bot lane, which is an Orianna Shen for some reason, but I'm not going to question their strategy. Now, keep an eye on the pings in the minimap at all times. He's got a free gank here, but that's a good ping by Yukao. Windwall's a spear. Level 6 advantage. Can't risk pushing too far. Alright, now he doesn't quite know where Talia is, but they see the Shen on the bottom side coming up towards this direction. So what he does is he's again pulling the camps away from the darkness. He doesn't sit and do it, tank it in the middle. He doesn't tank it on their side. He pulls it more to his side where the Gragas is, in case someone does come and he can pull out. And again, leaving the baby one up. Now it doesn't matter that he goes straight across mid lane and gets seen, because he wants to get that red buff. However, that information is now given to Talia, so Talia can always play around that. He wants to get that level 6 spike. The warding is very good. Okay. What items does he have so far? His first buy was boots and skirmishes, so he's quick around the map and helps with the clear. Now he's got that level 6. You can see what's going on in the rest of the lanes. Okay, you can see Ashe is pushing on the Orianna. And there's a gank from Talia. Okay, almost missed that. There we go. So they would have known that Nidalee was going to do her red and probably go back to buy. Because Talia started on the blue side, you can come on down and have that gank. Especially seeing it was pushing and Gragas was back to deft. Probably was being a little greedy there given the global ultimate of that jungler. Now of course Nidalee wants to stack that harvest, but at the same time you've noticed he hasn't said, in his mind he's not going, well I need to stack all my harvest. He's playing normally. It's just that that's a great power spike for Nidalee, and the fact that she farms so quickly means you can stack it up much quicker. Now, you're asking, well, why isn't he finishing that grump? Because he sees something on the bottom. Let's zoom out again. There you go. Deft was back, but they can 2v2 here. Shen's only level 4. They get the Orianna ult. She's out of mana. He does miss the spear. But they're able to auto down. Look at the autos. Auto. Misses a spear. Doesn't matter. Gragas misses too. It's a zoning barrel. We'll call it a zoning barrel. But you see the power of just autoing down. You miss your spells. It doesn't matter. Auto attacks. You guys seen that video? I did kind of make something similar because even with Zyra, anything that is bad at auto attacking, if you have that advantage, it's free damage. So now in this case, he knows that the enemy bot is gone. Orianna won't have her ult up. That's a free Drake. Keep our eyes on the top side. You see here, while she does that, you see here, look at this. This is the defensive pink. Jace knows that if Kennen pushes in with Talia and with his CC, with Kennen's CC, he's dead and that tower's gone. So you got to maintain that objective focus. So Nidalee gets the Cloud Drake, and because of Nidalee's pressure, because bot lane was back, they were able to get the bottom side tower, which is first brick, which is very important. And you can look at the gold is now up to 3,000. We're only up 2 kills, but that focus on taking out pink wards and focusing that first tower plus the dragon, that all adds up, and that's a beautiful. There you go. Flashes into it. Nice arrow by Deft cross map. And now again, trap, spear, wind wall. Okay, this might be a bit greedy. Okay, so he has to burn his flash. Shen comes in for the taunt. Drugs. No. Okay, so that was a little greedy. Probably didn't have to go for that. And now he's taking this, but they know he's here, right? Let's go to the blue team's camera. They're pinging that out. They're pinging that out. They know that he's there, and they know that he wasn't low, and they know that Score doesn't have flash up. The cannons come on down, and that should be a GG. GG Nidalee. Yeah, there's Shen, and uses his taunt to steal that from Tal. We get the wall from Talia as well. Maybe they can't pick up anything from that. Where's the camera? There we go. So they don't pick up anything from that. Look at the vision difference. Okay, so look, this is the vision from blue team while Nidalee's down. This is a vision from red team. Big difference. It's a big thing. You guys, you've all heard of Tarzan by now for the Team Griffin in Korea. Go look at his match history, rank 1 Korea. Look how many pink wards he buys. Insane. Granted, he's playing things like Lee Sin as well, but worth that vision difference. Alright, so once he comes back out now, okay, he's bought, he's finished his Runic Echoes and he's got that Sheen. So he's going to go for the Lichbane build. And you'll notice his Krugs are down. Did his top laner take them? I wasn't paying attention. Okay, he goes straight from his Raptors to his Wolves. And Gragas escapes with his life barely from the arena, so we're not looking at that too much. He's pinging away the Nidalee. And now he holds that mid lane. And you see that? Did you guys see that? I'm going back and forth here because I haven't seen this. So you see, look at this. Excellent vision. They clear out the pink finally. But look at all this information they get. He can check. He has no mana, which means she's not going to stick around. He knows the Krug's down, so 2.5 minutes later those Krugs will be up again. And with that information, you can pink this, and you can apply all the pressure you want on the top side. Gem wards, poking spear, trap, autos. Doesn't stop. Keep the pressure up, especially with something like Nidalee. Nidalee, the same thing. Another pink ward down to clear it. Vision denial. Now we can get that Rift Scuttle. And that Rift Scuttle is level what? I can't see. Can't see in the replay. Nidalee's currently at 72 stacks, 12 minutes. Not too shabby considering. Now he wants to take this Scuttle. Alright? He wants to take this Scuttle. See, how do you want to play this? Let's break this down quickly. Nidalee wants Rift and probably wants to try and get that Rift Herald at some point. Wants a Scuttle and wants to try and get the Rift Herald at some point. You've got 2 teammates sitting in a pink warded bush and you've got this pink warded as well. Okay? Okay, now you can capture cursor. Right, so you've got 2 teammates here in this pink water bush, and you've got 2 teammates here in this one. Shen is venturing to sort of explore because all they have is vision. All they have is vision on the Nidalee, right? They know Talia had just done Krugs, no mana, and had to go back, which means she'll be coming directly to the top side to probably help with this. There we go. And she's doing that blue buff in the meantime. And Orianna's going back. While Akali is dueling 1v1 on the bottom side. So you know immediately you have the numbers advantage. Because maximum they can have 3 people here. Orianna's back. And Yasuo's bottom. Alright, let's see how it plays out. Death throws his arrow. It's beautiful. Beautiful arrow. He secures the Rift Scuttle though, at the very least. Switch back to that vision. And that's it. Kennen just didn't have the backup. Now, if they had contested, of course, Score had all the help he needed, which is why Kennen backed up. So it didn't actually end up being anything very exciting. But look at the gold lead now. Once you get a few kills and shutdowns, it can really equalize the gold lead. It's down to around 2,500. You've got Deathchip pinging and focusing that mid lane tower with Ashe, and his team here zones out the Shen from rotating. And so does Skull. That's what he can do. Okay, in the meantime, Yukal has killed the Akali. What's Yasuo at now? 3-2-1? And score is 3-1-3, huh? Through all the talking, we haven't really been paying attention to tracking it up, but he's 3-1-3. He's had an impact. Now he doesn't have any camps up, his Grump is up, and he's going to rotate down to perhaps defend this bottom lane, but it might be risky because he has no idea where anyone else is. Chucks a spear, misses. Basically now that the Yasuo knows he's there, kind of risky. Skull moves back up the river. We've got a fight in the mid lane brewing. Considering they knew... Oh, there you go. Simple. Engage. Hit the CC. Team follows up. Goodbye, Gragas. And they only did that because they knew that Nidalee was on the bottom side. There's no way he was going to be able to counter gank that. And because they can't do anything right now, now's when you farm, right? It's quiet time. You reward yourself for being there for your team, for poking, for warding. Oh, there you go. Deft hits a point blank arrow. 4 hits a spear, and that's it. Another kill. Very nice. Now in 84 harvest stacks. Now he probes. Because he has that mid lane priority, so he has to defend the mid lane, he can sort of invade. Okay, so this is nice. This is nice. You can see what's going to happen here already. When you have someone down on the enemy team, in this case, you lost the, I guess, ADC or Rihanna. Still building AP, right? Yeah. The enemy top lane has gone back. He didn't get this tower yet. He's probably going to come and roam down this way. He's going to kind of split push this again. But because Score has now ventured into this area, because he has this priority over here, he can now push down to the bottom side. So he's looking to probe, seeing, is anyone going to come this way? Can he pounce? Can he get an advantage? He doesn't have a harvest stack, but he does have 84 of all, but it's not activated at the moment. Okay, here we go. So the reason he's looping around is purely because Yasuo could E to him and then escape very easily. He's coming from the top side, but he's got the wind wall up. Right? There you go. Yuka wind walls. Hits a Q. Goes in for the ultimate. And... oof. Fed Yasuo. They do get his flash. Score. Okay. Oh, there you go. Not worth it all. Okay, Score's respawned and he's moved down to the bottom side of the map. Taking his wolves, he's taking his grumps because they've respawned and they're not grouping for any objectives. That's the thing, when you're not grouping for objectives and the enemy team isn't going for anything, when you have one down, when your backs are disjointed, all these different variables, there's no point hovering. Go take your camps, regroup. Okay, so when that quiet time happens, that's when you farm. Okay, he's cleared the wards on Dragon. Really nice from Gragas. Follows up with a spear. He baits out the CC. Now they have to be careful here. They do have a numbers advantage with Jace's top side. He's taking Krugs. He does have TP. Nidalee's just poking. And just poking with spears. Remember, you don't have to hit the spears all the time. It's nice to hit them. You want to hit them all the time. Or he uses ult for the wave clear, no point. You want to use your spears just because it can zone away, push people back. Rather miss a spear that you've thrown than just not take one. Okay, so that was risky there. So Taliyah hit the vision plant and saw her. She escapes. No engage because you've got the whole red team on the bottom side over here. And now she can fall back and take these raptors. She doesn't hit this plant here because if you hit this plant and the enemy team sees it over their vision, you know what Nidalee's gone. And I think he wants to stay as hidden as possible. He's looking to glide. What they're trying to do now is look to glide, get some kills, and then try and get an objective from that. So we've got a nice little gank in the top lane here. There we go. Flash, execute. Very nice. Good roam. As soon as you see a pushing lane like that, that's Leah's there. As soon as you see a pushing lane like that, that's free kills, especially at this point. I mean, there's nothing else to farm. You don't have anything else to do. Now you can take the Rift Herald. The issue is, though, they're pinging here for Yasuo because Akali is 2 levels down. Doesn't even have a completed item. Has 109 CS in 17 minutes. Really is just basically another minion for Yasuo who's got the Hex Drinker MPD completed. Power Spike. Nidalee is pinging for this Rift Herald. And they know she's on it. Okay, so that's very good. Nidalee doesn't have Smite, okay? Nidalee didn't have Smite, which means you don't want to risk it. As soon as Taliyah shows, you want to turn and contest. Jace has come down finally. And CC's her. And bursts her down. You want to do that as soon as possible. So there you go. Because if you don't have Smite and you're trying to do an objective, it's really, really risky. You don't want to go for that. Maybe I can get it before she can Smite it. Just turn, kill her, then go back to the objective. However, now you do have their enemy jungler down. And she can poke out. So if you're Nidalee, you're looking at this while you're going back now. Okay, you need to shop, but you know what you want to buy. That's a good ward. See any pushing up. If we're cannon pushing the butt side, Orion on the top side. Now we can look at that dragon. He's continuously moving around the map. He's probing with his vision. He's probing with his spears. He's falling back to his camps. He's roaming to pushing lanes. Okay, he's getting his harvest stacks in the flow of his game. He's not forcing it. And because Nidalee clears so quickly, it's a no-brainer. It's kind of like the same thing for Evelyn. You can really farm a quadrant of your map, roam to a lane, get a kill, and then focus on objective, which is a key thing here. They're looking for objectives, but the problem is Yasuo is so fed. All it will take is one Orianna, Shen, Yasuo, actually the whole team. It's a nice wombo combo. Okay, so we've got 2 on the bot side. I didn't see that. Alright, so they killed the top laner. Fantastic. She's in a bit of a bind here now. You want to be careful. He has finished his Lich Bane now, and he's built another Fiendish Codex, which means he might be looking for the magic resist item. So what he's doing is he's waiting. In the meantime, they killed someone in the mid lane. Again, roams with the support up into the enemy jungle and activates the Herald. You got Yasuo on the top lane, but your Jace can hold that or bot, doesn't matter. Yeah, that's a good Herald. Very nice. Excellent combo. Hits a spear, Grog's ult, pounce, dead. Excellent moves. And Akali manages to grab some kills as well, and then dies. You gotta be careful for this. Yasuo is big. Okay, I'm just cutting because I want to focus on this situation a little bit. They had us 2 split pushes. Yasuo, they're 1-3-1, so 1 on the top, 1 on the bottom, 3 in the middle. Because Kennen had to go back and then rotate to the mid lane, they had time to use that. They had time to use the Herald, and because Yasuo's top, there was no way they could defend it. And with the nice spear and combo with Gragas to take out the Talia, that gave them even more room. And while Akali does die, she was able to get a kill, I think, which is most important for her. Right now, Skull's waiting from the side. Why? Because he wants the Yasuo to go in so they can flank and collapse. They still have the Rift up, and the rest of his team is dealing with that. There you go. Overcommitment. That's just a bad move by Yasuo. That's just a bad move. There's no need to greed for that. You know he's probably hanging around the corner. That's really nice. Oh, look at Def trying to steal that gold. Stacks, we're at 136 stacks, and they can pull back to the dragon. So, as soon as the enemy team split pushes, their entire team takes a Herald mid, they grab 2-3 kills, they grab a tower, he steals camps, and they get a dragon. That's huge. And now they're up 4,000 something gold. 4,500 gold. Really, really nice. Okay, let's see what he buys next. Okay, he went for the Banshee's Veil. So, when we talk about dynamic itemization, this is what I'm talking about. The Banshee's Veil is great for their poke and their engage. Oops. Their poke and their engage. As well as the magic damage. You've got Kennen, you've got the jungler, you've got Orianna, and Nidalee is most likely not going to be dealing with Yasuo. They do have the CC to deal with him as well. You gotta go for the biggest damage threat first. Now, probably would go Zhonya's next, I would imagine. There you go. Very nice. That's unlucky. That's very unlucky. So he came to collapse on the tower dive. Yasuo got knocked away from her spear, so she couldn't pounce in. And then, of course, she got E'd and ulted. Okay, so while Skull was dead, the enemy team made a big mistake. And this is giving Skull's team a free Baron. The enemy jungle is dead, so no risk of a steal. And they just cancelled that TP from Kennen. Very nice play. Oh, careful. Careful. We got them focusing on the bottom here. Yasuo's being zoned. Very nice. Good. When you have that CC to zone someone away from Baron, do it. If you're not the jungler, do something like Gragas, Ornn, and you don't need someone to tank the Baron, you can 100%. Oh! There's the combo. Bad spear. Poke down. Great champions. Another miss spear. Okay. Good flash. That's the frustration. I missed 2 spears. I'm just gonna flash execute. They've got the Baron, and now they can push with 3 down. Very nice. So even though the game was very close, that simple strategy of focusing objectives, of then rotating while farming. So when it's quiet, you take your farm, you defend your towers, you rotate with your team, and that one moment, you exploit the split push, you activate the Herald. Now, as a jungler, you often have the Herald, right? Oh, well, there's the rage quit. I think they surrendered. Yeah, they surrendered. Okay, so I'll play some anonymous footage while I talk now. Basically, yeah, there you go. Really good early game from Score. Methodical. There's nothing flashy about that, right? He's just poking, he was warding, he was invading. He was playing completely around the tone of the game. He didn't waste his time in any capacity. He did miss quite a few spears, but he was still able to pick up a ton of kills. He had the highest kill participation on the team. And he comboed nicely with his Gragas. Really nice. I would honor each other if I was either of those people. So that's how you play Nidalee Harvest. You don't change the way you play. When it's quiet, you fall back to your camps. When someone's pushing, you get that gank off for those extra souls. Remember, teammates, enemies, cannons, camps, all give you souls. Stack those up. And of course, when you do see a split push and you have that herald, and you have your team hovering in the mid lane, activate it and shove. But at the same time, once you've taken that tower, as I've said many times before, take the wolves, take their camps, souls for you, especially if you're a harvest stacker, and because you're Nidalee and you can farm it quickly, there's nothing much they can do about it, and you can just exponentially grow your gold lead. One clutch play, you grow your gold lead very quickly. Okay, so I hope you sort of enjoyed that. It's my first time doing it. I hope I get better at it. I will mix it up. It's not always going to be like this, but I did feel like this was something I could do with short notice, without many effects, and at least get a lot of ideas flowing, and you guys watching pro players play just better than me. And next week I'll probably focus back on my own gameplay, but if you did like me reviewing a pro player's VOD, we can do another one and we can make this better. Maybe I can do a full breakdown with effects if you want. So, thank you very much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed. And what else do I normally say? I don't know. See you on the next tutorial. There'll be another video this week, so I'll see you then. Bye.